Okay, so in today's session, what we have to do is we need to um, start installing all the prerequisites. So point number one is install ADDS role in domain server. Install ADDS role, ADDS role in domain server. Okay, so we have to
Mm-hmm.
install Active Directory domain services role on domain server. Why? To make that server as a domain controller. Okay, to make
Okay.
that server, type in to make that server as domain controller. We need to have a domain controller. Now, these things
Right.
are, you don't have to manually, I mean, you don't have to do all these things in your production environment because implementation, right now we are in implementation phase. Implementation is already done. When you join any company, you have to start working after the implementation. So we are in the implementation phase because we don't have SCCM at the moment. So we are starting from scratch.
Right.
How SCCM is built in the production environment. So we are doing that. But in production, you will not have to do all these things. So we will not spend more time explaining all these things. We will quickly proceed with this one. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so let's go to the domain server. How will you go to the domain server? Click on domain on the top. No, on the top. Always use the upper tab. Yes, now you are on domain. Okay. Now click on add roles and features. In the server manager, add roles and features. Next, next, and then next. And choose the second option which says Active Directory Domain Services. Add feature. Next, next, finish. Install. Okay, now second option, go back to the notepad and write down the next step for today. Point number 2, install .NET .NET framework. No, install, type in install below roles and features. Install below roles and features on MECM PS server. And I will send that to you. You can just simply copy and paste it. Okay. What all
Okay.
roles and features are needed? Web server IIS dot .NET 3.5 .NET 4.7 bits, remote differential compression, WSUS tools. Then you need Windows authentication. Then ASP dot .NET 3.5 and then uh, IIS 6 WMI compatibility, IIS management scripts and tools. I sent it to you. You can simply copy and paste it from the chat window of your Teams application. You got it?
I got it.
Okay, so these are the roles and features are needed on MECM PS server. Why? To make that server as a primary site server. To make that server as a on the top in the point number 2, yeah, type in to make that server as a primary site server. Let's go to the MECM PS server.
Should I close this one?
Yeah, close it. MECM PS server. Now in MECM PS server, you need to click on add roles and features. Next, next, next. Now choose web server IIS here. Check the box. Add feature. Next. Choose everything inside .NET Framework 3.5. First one. Check the box. First one. Expand that one. HTTP activation add feature. Non-HTTP. Now expand .NET 4.7. Expand WCF services. HTTP activation add feature. MSMQ add feature. Named pipe activation, TCP activation, background intelligent transfer services. No, don't expand anything.
Oh,
Yeah, add feature. Scroll down, go down. Remote differential compression you have to choose. Expand remote server administration tools. Expand role administration tools. Now choose the fourth one, Windows Server and update services. Next, next. No, go back. Now scroll down and choose Windows
management one.
authentication. Ex expand application.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't go next.
Yeah.
Expand application development and choose ASP.NET 3.5. Scroll down. Scroll down all the way to the bottom. Now expand IIS 6 management compatibility. Expand that one. Now choose IIS 6 WMI compatibility. And the below one, IIS management scripts and tools. Next, and install. Install. So these roles and features are needed to make this server as a primary site server. These are prerequisite. Okay, clear? Now let's go to the notepad. So point number 2 is completed. Now point number 3, promote domain server as a domain controller. Point number 3, promote domain server as a domain controller. So we have to have a domain controller. Why? Domain controller is needed for authentication. So on the network, whatever the access, suppose if you would like to, if a user is trying to access something, the authentication will happen through domain controller. So for SCCM, domain controller is a prerequisite. We have to have a domain controller. So let's go to the domain server. Now on domain server, you have exclamation mark on the flag notification. Yeah, click on notification and click on promote this server to a domain controller. Now, what will be the domain? Anything of your choice. What is domain? Domain is nothing but a name of your brand. For example, google.com is a domain.
Mhm.
Yahoo.com is a domain. So let's choose add a new forest because we don't have any forest. Choose and yeah, add a new forest. Now, forest is what? It's a combination of one or more than one domains. Okay, just like
Okay.
tree and forest. Tree is what? Tree is domain and forest is a combination of more than one or more than one tree. Okay, so what will be the
Mhm.
domain name? Anything of your choice. Yeah, Sharif. Any question? Sharif, any question? Okay, I don't know why you have raised your hand. Now, root domain name.
Anybody votes? Anybody have any name?
Yeah, abc.com. Do you have any domain? Have you purchased any domain?
Nah.
Okay, so abc.com. Okay,
All right.
next.
Next. Didn't check this one too.
Mute participant and you need to unmute yourself, Sharif. Can you please ask Kashif to unmute me? You need to unmute. I don't have permission.
Yeah, I don't see any option. I mean, he has to do it.
Okay, now the domain name we have given abc.com. Now it is asking us to choose a password. So type in the same computer password here in password and confirm password box. Let's wait for a few seconds. It's thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, password and confirm password. Same as computer password. Okay, we have a warning for DNS. We don't have DNS. That's the reason it gives a warning message. That's okay. Let's go next. Then NetBIOS program. NetBIOS is a program which helps multiple computers to talk to each other on the network, just like DNS does. It's an old technology. So NetBIOS name of this computer will be ABC. That's okay. Let's go next. These are the locations where a database and log and sysvol folder will be saved. That's okay. Let's go next. Next and install. Install. So this is how we um, promote a server to a domain controller. So that is done. Now let's go back to the notepad. Promote domain server as a domain controller. Now point number 4. Join all the machines to the domain. Point number 5. Install database. Install SQL Server database. SQL Server database on MECM PS server. Next point, point number
6.
yeah, point number 6 is install SQL Management Studio on MECM PS server.
That's a lot, so Kasif.
So many prerequisites are there.
Yeah, so we don't really realize that how the production runs. Someone has to do it before all those things.
Yes. So
Yes.
before you hit the production,
Production, yeah.
yeah, these things have to be in place.
That is good though. That's how never had any opportunity to see or do like this, install it. All
Right.
right,
That's
it's
the
gone through.
reason. Yeah, close.
Yeah,
A machine will get restarted.
yeah.
So domain controller is now restarting. We'll have to wait for few. Now go back to the notepad again. Uh, Before point number 3, sorry, point number 4, which says join all the machine to the domain. So before join type in connect all the machines to, no, connect,
Oh,
not before, delete before, connect all the machines to internal DNS server. To internal DNS server. And that's it. Okay, so we have to join all the machines to the internal DNS server. Right now, all the machines are talking to the public DNS, not
I see.
internal DNS. They are talking to the external DNS. So how do we convert that one? So let's go to Azure portal. On the top, search virtual network. Search virtual network. Click on East US VNet. There is only one network cable. All the machines are connected to this network. So click on address space. Sorry, connected devices. So what all devices are connected right now? There are 3 devices which are connected to this domain, MECM and the Windows 10. What is
And
the IP of domain? You have to copy that one. IP of domain is 10.0.0.4. Yeah, copy. So that is the IP of domain. So all the machines should be pointing to this DNS. Why? Because this is our DNS as well. This is our new DNS which we just created. We created domain controller, right?
right.
So on that domain controller, DNS is also installed. So all the machines should be pointing to this DNS so that they can talk to each other properly. So let's go to DNS server at the left hand side. In this list, DNS server is there. So all the machines are connected to East US network are talking to Azure provided DNS. We don't want Azure provided DNS. We want custom. So let's choose custom and paste the IP. Now delete 4 and type in 4 again. Save. Okay,
Okay.
so all the machines will point to this DNS. Let's restart. Go to SCCM server and restart that machine. Go to Windows 10 machine and restart that machine. Check all the boxes. Restart.
So they have a public IP 52. Now we change it to the domain.
Mhm.
Hey, Kasif, if you have time later, I cannot connect my MTS server. I'm not getting an IP. So later in the break, you have time. Can you just look at it, please?
Okay. Let's go to M remote. Connect all these machines. Right click on East US and connect. Okay, is the domain connected? Can you connect the domain? Double click on domain.
Uh,
Double click on domain.
I see.
Uh,
And I don't
Double
in
click.
here.
Yeah, yeah. Again, double click on domain. Okay, let's do one thing. Not connecting. So below you have username, which is Muhammad, right? So
Right.
let's add ABC/Muhammad below in the domain box. Yeah, ABC/Muhammad, because it's a part of domain now.
I see.
ABC/Muhammad. Now double click on domain to connect. You're not typing in the password correctly.
I am typing correctly.
Okay, now click on file and save connection file. What happened? This can you click on the red icon? Refresh failed. Okay. Now let's go to the MECM PS server and join that machine to the domain. Click on local server and click on work group. Click on change domain. Type in abc.com. Click OK. Enter the username and password, Muhammad and password.
Restart. Must restart.
Restart, yes. Now do the same thing on Windows 10 machine. Click on the folder icon down at the bottom on Windows 10. Yeah, you are on Windows 10 already. Folder icon. Right click on this PC. Properties. Click on advanced system setting at the right hand side. Click on computer name. Change domain abc.com. User ID and password same. Click on minimize. Minimize, I said. Click OK. Click OK.
Restart.
Restart. So we have joined the machine to the domain. Now let's go back to the domain. And we will create some account. Okay. For SCCM, we will have a different account. For MEC, for Windows 10, we will have a different account. So let's Open Active Directory here. Search Active Directory user and computer and domain server. Search. Down at the bottom, search option is there. Yeah, search. Search Active Directory user and computers. Now expand abc.com. We will click on view on the top, view, and choose advanced feature. Now here we will have to create a folder. It's not mandatory, but it's better to create a folder. Let's right click on abc.com, new organizational unit. Type in the name of your organization. For example, type in your city name.
Yes.
Yeah, type in your city name. Click OK. Now right click
Okay.
on Urbana, the folder which you have created. New user. Type in MECM in the first name, capital letter. Last name admin, capital letter. Now in the username type in MECM admin, one word, small letter. Next.
You have to keep that option,
Yeah,
change password, and
same password. Uncheck the box which says user must change password and password never expires. Next, finish. Again, right click on that and create another user account. So we will create one account for Windows 10. Type in anything of your child. Let's say first name John. Last name Sina. John Sina. Username logon John. Just type in John. That's it. Same password. Okay. So we have created these two accounts. There is one account called Muhammad, and that is there in user. Click on user. Click on user. Now Muhammad is there. Can you drag and drop into the Urbana folder? Yes. Click on Urbana. You see there are three accounts. So one account MECM admin is for MECM server. John Cena is for Windows 10 machine, and Muhammad is for domain computer. There are three accounts. Now we have to give permission to these accounts. So let's choose John Cena and MECM admin. Choose both of them. Select both of them. Right click on them. Add group. First one. Domain admin. Domain space admin. Domain space admin. Check names. Domain space admin.
What domains it is?
No, domain. Click on OK. Why you are giving? Yeah. Okay. Click OK. Okay. So we have added these accounts to the domain admin group. Okay. We will give. Now we will log in to these machines with those accounts. So let's click on MECM PS machine at the left hand side. Let's click on MECM PS. Now below where it says Muhammad, don't connect. Don't connect.
Oh, sorry.
Log off. Sign out. Down at the bottom you have a start. Sign out. Now below where it says Muhammad, let's remove Muhammad and type in ABC slash MECM admin. One word. Now click on Windows 10 machine. And now here you type in, instead of Muhammad, type in ABC slash John. Double click on MECM admin, double click on MECM and Windows 10 to connect. Save, file and save. Click on file and save connection file. Okay, so we are logged in with the different account. Now we have to download SQL Server. Let's download. So open Edge browser on your MECM PS server. Edge browser. Search Edge. Yeah, Microsoft Edge. Google.com. Start without your data. Confirm and continue. Continue without this data. Confirm and start browsing. Pathetic browser. Google.com. Type in on the top where it says google.com, type in tinyurl.com.
Type what?
Tiny TINY URL
URL.
.com slash SQL DB 2016. Enter. No, you are giving the SQL DB, D for David
Or DB.
and B
Oh,
for Brown.
got it.
Enter. Very good. Download. So this is 2016 SQL Server we are downloading. Download anyway. One more thing we will download, type in tinyurl.com. url.com/SQL std. Enter. Download.
So we are giving primary site to a database.
Yeah, we are installing primary database on the primary site server.
Primary site. The central site might be optional, that's right, but the primary site and
Central site we are not installing here. Why? Because we don't have many computers. If you have more than 175,000 computers, then only we install central.
so after a month, if I want to carry on, all those
You will
things will
go
not be
away.
expired, that's right?
You will have to pay to Microsoft if you want to carry on.
Yeah. Do you know how much they
Okay.
charge, Microsoft?
$20 per hour.
$20 per hour. Like if I use it, that's right. Or if I don't use it, they're not going to charge. That's right.
Then if you don't use it, they will charge you $5 per hour.
I see.
Let's click on the one which is downloaded already. Yeah, I think you need to click on the SQL Server 2018 SP2. Open file. Open. Yes. Double click on setup. The green one. Yes. Choose installation at the left hand side. So we are installing SQL Server now, database. So click on the first one, new SQL Server standalone. Next. Accept the license terms. Next. Next.
Next.
Next. Now here we have to choose SQL, the first one, database engine services and reporting services native. Up, reporting services native. Next. Next.
That's good.
Now here we have to give one account. Which account? MECM account. So delete these account, NT service account, delete in the first box, second box, third box. The account name. Account name, that's the service. The second column is the account name. Delete. 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 Now type in the first box, type in abc/MECM admin. abc/MECM admin.
Yeah.
ABC in the second box, abc/MECM admin. In the third box, abc/MECM admin.
Okay.
So basically, Microsoft needs you to add a separate account here, not the local account. And the password in these password boxes. And put automatic. The one which says manual, change to automatic. So you don't have to manual. These are the extra services which will get added to the server. You don't have to manually start these services. Next. Now click on add current user. Who will have admin rights on database? So add current user. So this guy will have read and write permission on database. Go next, install. Next and install. Okay, all good.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to domain server.
We don't need to install the other one, the STD.
We have to install, but after this, let's go to the domain server. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
You guys are available tomorrow? Salome, Sharif, Sudhakar.
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow is a Friday, so we should be.
Why I'm this? Why I'm saying, because we would like to configure all the prerequisite and get the server ready. Okay, by tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
So
Kashif, can you
leave the machine running. Can you go to the MECM PS? Let it run for at least 15 minutes from now.
Okay.
Okay, Rahmatullah, and then you stop the machine. After 15 minutes, you stop the machine in Azure portal. Okay.
Well, once this one finish, and I'll just wait for like 15 minutes.
No, once this is finished, you can close it.
Right.
This will take 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes maximum.
I see. No problem. No problem.
Yes, Sharif.